Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. Life happens. I mean, it's been a little bit. A lot of stuff has gone on. Hopefully today I'm dropping 2 videos today. But it's the first of the two. This one is gonna be all about the music. That's one of my main reasons I got onto this channel because I've had very strong opinions on the music today and the music back in the day, music 10 years ago. But let's jump into it. All right, so I'm gonna go back on one of my previous videos. I talked about Eminem. Why is Eminem getting so much hate nowadays? Like, why is that a cool thing? I mean, just because he's, almost 50. So he's still making great music. He's still making good music. It's a, what's that word? I don't want to say digestible, like something like that. Like you can listen to it and not be bothered by it. I mean, people who listen to his old stuff, they were bothered by it, but they were still listening to it. I don't understand it personally. I don't get it. I mean, Eminem is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, if you're not saying Eminem's one of the greatest of all time, you do not listen to rap music. No way. I mean, Eminem's been one of the greatest, and he's been one of the greatest for almost 20 years now. But let's move on past Eminem. Or well, I guess we'll stay on Eminem for a little bit. To those of the people that say Eminem, he's got old, he's got, you know, this and that and the other. Go back. Let's do his mixtapes. The stuff you don't see, you don't hear about. Like, I mean, he's got, beefs with other artists. When two artists don't like each other, it's called beef. I don't know if people need to know that, but I'm gonna say it. I mean, Eminem versus Ja Rule, Eminem versus Benzino, the guy who used to own the Source magazine, for giving his album low ratings. I mean, it's stuff like that. If you look it up, I mean, it's lyrical. It's about lyrical ability. I mean, it's about saying something while also disrespecting somebody else, and that is something not a lot of people can do nowadays, which I think is one of the main things that you have to do when you're a rap artist, a hip hop artist. I mean, you gotta come with lyricism. You gotta do something. I mean, you can't just rhyme over a beat. That's not what it's all about. But staying on sorry, I'm looking down at my notes. I mean, I know you guys see that, but I mean, it's just the lyrical abilities from both sides, from Benzino and Ja Rule versus Eminem. People going at Eminem. If you got a problem with Eminem, say it on a track. Say it on wax. Don't just say it so people have to hear you. Put it on an album. I bet you he'll come back at you. I mean, he might not. He might. I mean, look at Machine Gun Kelly. He put it on the track, and it was a bad diss track. But I mean, he tried. You got to give the man props for that. He tried. I mean, hell, that's more than a lot of people. They just say, "Oh man, he's whack." Do something about it then. Make a better music. Make a better song. Do better than him. Make more platinum records than him. Do more than what he's done. No, you're just gonna sit there and say, "Oh no, he's the worst." Do something about it then. Try to dethrone him. Machine Gun Kelly tried. Ja Rule tried. Benzino tried. I mean, do you hear those names anymore? Do most people even know who Benzino is? I mean, nowadays I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember. You guys remember Ja Rule from the early 90s? I do. I grew up on Ja Rule. I mean, do you hear his name anymore? Other than when his little scandal went on? No, you don't. And the only reason you hear about Ja Rule now, because 50 Cent goes at him too. Because they've had a long, long beef coming from the 90s. I didn't know that. But I like to, call myself a hip hop historian. I like stuff like that. I like looking into, oh yeah, well, this person had a problem with this. I wonder why that is. And I look into it. 50 Cent and Ja Rule, I didn't know they came from the same streets. I didn't know they had as many connections. I didn't know that 50 Cent could have got shot those 9 times because of Ja Rule. Anyone else know that? No. I mean, hey, look at the facts. I mean, it could have happened. I don't know. I'm not here to, judge nobody. I'm not here to say this person definitely had something to do with that. This person definitely didn't have something to do with that. But hey, that was old rap beefs back in the day. You could get shot behind words you say on a rhyme. Nowadays, You got people just playing with guns in the music video. They ain't shooting nobody. It comes down to it. It's you're not gonna do anything. You're gonna run out the back door. You're not gonna come with what the other person's coming with. I mean, that's just my opinions. I mean, the old rap music better than definitely better than the new rap music. If you say the new rap music is better than old rap music, you're not a real rap fan. To me personally, because I love the old stuff. I'll go back and listen to the old stuff. I've got more '90s rap than I have early. Like, I think I stopped listening to the radio about 2007, 2006. Whenever Lil Wayne's Carter 3 came out, that was about when I cut off. Because, I mean, I don't like commercials, all that crap. But, I mean, it's not about anything anymore. Say something. Tell me a story. Like, I've got, tell me some kind of story. There's a story. There's a song by Nelly called Air Force Ones. Pretty sure everyone's heard about it. It's a song that made me want to get Air Force Ones. I've always wanted Air Force Ones, and I finally got some last year. But it makes you want to go out and do something, like, it's a dumb song. It's about shoes. But he talks about how much he loves them, what style he likes, this, that, and the other. He's talking about something. And, not just Nelly. I mean, everybody. The Game with My Life, featuring Lil Wayne. I mean, great song. My dad likes that song, and my dad's twice as old as me. And that says something, I like when older people can listen to rap music. Because, they can appreciate, oh, okay, I don't quite understand it, but, like, my son likes it, so, I'll give it a shot. We can go down the road, listen to a couple of songs. Dead and Gone by T.I. with Justin Timberlake on it. I mean, that's talking about T.I.'s friend who got shot at a nightclub, or got shot because of a fight behind T.I. I'm not going to say he should have got the one that got shot, but, his friend got shot behind him getting in a fight, and he died. And that's what the song's for. It's a dedication song. It's not about diamonds and jewelry and cars. It's about, he lost his friend. Red Nose by Tech Nine. He's talking about how the industry, treats him like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. No one wants to play with him. No one wants to put his tracks on because he's weird. I mean, that's why he came, he's independent. And, he's top independent rapper right now. What's another one? I got another one on here. Not Afraid by Eminem. Talking about taking on life. I'm talking about helping other people. I mean, tell me something. Tell me the story. I mean, yes, you can have the party jumper every now and again. Like, Ice Cube did a song with Redfoo from LMFAO called Drop Girl. It was a horrible song. I hate that Ice Cube was on it, but hey, he's making money. But he's got those other kind of songs, like Today Was a Good Day, stuff like that. You got to have a good balance. You can't just be all party jams. And I also get you can't also be all, deep stuff, because that's not going to sell your record. That's not going to sell your album. But give me something. I mean, substance, That's what it is. That's what I like to hear in my music. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, back in the days, early 90s, or late 90s, early 2000s, music was more quotable. And I'm not saying it was catchy. I'm saying it was quotable. Like, I was just watching a video last week, and some guy asked, what am I going to do with X? And he's talking about an alphabet game. And one of the other guys said, oh, X. He's like, oh, what are you going to do with X? You're going to give it to us. That's quoting X by DMX, an old 90s song. And if you can still quote that almost 30 years later, I mean, that's an iconic song. I just don't see the songs coming out now being as iconic as a song by DMX. I mean, no one even... What is DMX doing right now? Who? God knows. He could be in jail for tax evasion. I mean, I think he is. I don't know. But, I mean, it's quotable. It sticks in your mind. It's like an earworm, Like, it just snaps on you like that. You're like, oh, X, you're going to give it to us. And yes, everyone knows, you can put two and two together. Maybe he got it from Deadpool. But maybe he didn't. He was also an older guy, A 40-year-old guy said that. Not a 20-year-old guy, not a, Like I said, I just don't see the longevity in these rappers nowadays. I mean, the music industry moves quick. You gotta, record to stay relevant. And I mean, that dwindles down the quality of it. I mean, to me, it's kind of like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle went away after his show went off the air in 2004. Then he came back almost 20 years later, did a comedy special, and it blew up, and it made him millions of dollars. But the quality never changed. It was still as great as it was 10 years ago. And that's what I like. Take some time, make you an album. Make a good album. Put time and effort into it. Don't just put out one after another, after another, after another. And some people, they can do that. Like E40, he's got so many albums, so many mixtapes, and he's just doing it, doing it, doing it. But he loves doing it. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. But I like, personally take breaks from albums. Work on a couple music videos. Take some time. Don't just spit out stuff, because at the end of the day, when you spit out record, there's no quality. I mean, just work on something quality. Well, that's just me. But my last thing for today, guys. I mean, talking about music back then, when I was coming up, when I was at the top, at the peak of like, this is pretty good rap music. Back in the day, it was Lil Wayne versus 50 Cent. I mean, that was back in the day. Look at it now. 50 Cent, I mean, he's doing a show, Power, great show. He's doing a show, he's not rapping no more. I mean, I'm pretty sure he still does, concerts and all that, but he's not making any new albums. 50 Cent, he was the first album I ever bought. The first album I ever bought was The Massacre, and I bought it when I was 13 or 12. Either way, I was too young to buy it. Somehow I still bought it, and it was the explicit version. And I remember my dad didn't used to let me listen to it. And then, I mean, but that's a difference. My dad wouldn't let me listen to that. And if you think about it now, the worst song on there might have been Candy Shop on The Massacre. I mean, everyone knows that song. But listen to everything nowadays. And parents just blast that in front of their kids. Me, personally, I try not to. I try to keep a cleaner, playlist for my son whenever my son's in the truck with me. But, it's still rap music. It's still stuff you can listen to, like Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison, stuff like that. I mean, just great songs, that he can, bop his head to. Like, even he likes Eminem's new album. He says a couple of songs are his favorite songs, and I like that, he's, coming up, appreciating, the music I love, because I love hip-hop. I mean, it's got a soft spot for me, like, anything happens, I look it up. I find out. But that's 50 Cent. I mean, Lil Wayne, he used to be my favorite. I bought everything from him. And I started off in high school listening to the Carter 2. Then I moved on Carter 3, Carter 4, his I Am Not a Human Being, I Am Not a Human Being Part 2, all of his mixtapes, the dedications. And then I even went back and I listened to his first album, The Block is Hot. I mean, he had been killing it. And now, I mean, yeah, he just released an album like last week, 2 weeks ago. But I didn't like it. He's changed. I mean, or he hasn't changed, I should say. I mean, you grow out of people. But I mean, I wanted to like it. I really did, because I used to love Lil Wayne. I wanted to dress up as Lil Wayne for Halloween one year. But I mean, it's just how different the music industry is now. It's different now because it's so media driven.